It is 9 minutes after the hour, not far from the Capitol. You heard the story last week of the development plan that was supposed to take place next to the city market. It was the city market development plan that was planned for all along by Pat Gillespie of the Gillespie Group. He owns the land, and that land, which is basically an empty space on the river right now next to the city market, is contaminated. And so there was a deal where he would get the Brownfield Redevelopment Act, clean up the land, develop an apartment building. 600 new people would be living downtown Lansing and shopping and going to restaurants. There would be restaurants and retail, and the city council said, nope, forget it, deal's off. You have to use 100% union labor or you can't have it. And Pat said, well, I can't afford to do it with 100% union labor. How about 60? And they said, we'd rather have 0 than 60%. So the city council turned down the deal. Yesterday, though, Ingham County Circuit Judge Rosemarie Aquilina ruled that the Brownfield Development Marketplace Plan had met all the criteria and should have been approved by the Lansing City Council. So therefore, the judge's order constitutes city council approval and the project can proceed. Did I tell the story accurately, Mr. Pat Gillespie?
That sounds about right, Michael Patrick.
That was pretty good news. Did you expect it to happen that quickly?
Well, we didn't know. We were just disappointed that the city and us both had to spend resources and time having to go this route. But it is what it is, and we're thankful for the judge's decision yesterday.
So now is it back to all systems go as original? You'll begin, the process of creating this special apartment, mixed retail, restaurants, and everything right there on the river?
Yep. We're turning in some stuff to the MEDC this morning. We needed last night's or yesterday's ruling in order to get to the MEDC, which is the next step for to clean up brownfield sites. They need to approve some of the stuff. So it's all systems forward. We're going to continue to try to keep the momentum that's been started downtown Lansing rolling. Certainly
got a lot of attention, if nothing else, to the project, and that doesn't hurt. You sound a little down, though, this morning. I mean, surely you're excited, aren't you?
Oh, no, I'm excited. I'm tired. It was a late night last night.
Yeah.
And, it's just you put a lot of work into stuff like this, and it's just unfortunate that it couldn't be grasped by everybody and everyone would be excited about it. So, we're excited, and we are moving forward. We're going to do good things down there, and hopefully this puts some of that behind us.
Well, you put your heart and your soul to it, to be sure, and your creativity too. And so, what's the sort of timeline? When do you think the project could be completed? That's the next question people will be asking.
We've always been hoping that the accident fund corporate headquarters is directly across the river, and they're going to have between 600 and 800 workers in a pretty quick hurry. I think in March or April.
Yep.
So we had hoped to be under construction shortly after they moved in, so that all those workers that were coming downtown could look out the windows every day and see the housing development go up and start planning their move within a 12-month period of time. So we'd like to be open within 12 to 18 months after the accident fund opens. So start sometime in 2011 and hopefully be open late 2012 would be our ideal scenario.
Have you had a chance to speak to Mayor Bernero since the decision from the judge?
You know what? We just texted a couple things last night after the decision, and he's for pro-growth. He's for people moving downtown and all the good stuff that's happened in Lansing. So he was excited as well.
Gary, really quickly, because
Yes.
Congressman Rogers is on the line.
Yes, real quick, MPS and Pat, any concern this could end up in court all over again? Now, it's possible those opposed, they could run this through the courts again. Possible?
Is it? I don't know that that's true.
Anything's possible, and we'll just have to wait and see. But I would hope the judge's ruling was pretty firm and pretty decisive. So hopefully that people can read into that what they may and take it from there.
Would you like to see City Council then take a revote and then have this thing done that way? One more time?
I would prefer not to go that route.
Why bother? They got trumped.
3 times now, and each time it didn't work out. So
they were told
focus on moving forward now.
Crystal clear by the court that everything was in order and that it should have been approved, and so the judge's order is the same thing as the council approving it.
I just wonder if council did take a revote on this, though, if they would, based on what the judge said, okay, we're just going to go ahead and
They're a
approve
little
it.
busy eating crow this morning, I think, Gary, is what's happening over there with 2 forkfuls, it sounds like. Congratulations, Pat. Let us know what we can do, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Pat.
Patrick. Have a good day.
Pat Gillespie from the Gillespie Group on this Grand Traverse Tuesday, brought to you by Grand Traverse Pie Company. I don't suppose they serve humble pie Do they, Gary, at Grand Traverse Pie Company? Because if so, maybe the city council will be lined up there having some.
They serve all kinds of pie there. Whatever it is, MPS, we can count on it being good. How's that?
Not all the city council members, of course.